And so you arrive. That you made it all the way to this chamber unscathed, or perhaps I won't kill you outright. The strongest I keep on the edge of life, to use their energies to sustain this place, to rebalance the scales. The world has changed, mortal. You have heard it said before. I am certain, but you can never sense it as I can. The long winter was birthed by my fallen kind, and though it may one day be reversed, it will never be undone. The cycle has already begun its fracture. I only hope there will be a time for healing, and that when I rise again, I shall be reborn to it. Goodbye, mortal. And so you arrive. Or perhaps I won't kill you outright. The world has changed, mortal. The long winter was birthed by my fallen kind, and though it may one day be reversed, I only hope there will be a time for healing, and that when I rise again...
And they sleep beneath the limbs, while we sing these morning hymns.
You have returned. Have you had any luck recovering earrings from the bodies on the corpses of our unfortunate go with the gods?
I can feel it. It's over. It is over then. The headsman... I hate this place. That it might drive a soul to think butchering us was some kind of justice. And what he did to those prisoners. We don't have much to offer, or rather, much to spare. But please, accept whatever reward we can give you. Many thanks, stranger. Goodbye.
Have you made progress? Thank the gods you were able to recover the reconnaissance the Venris carried. This information would... When the Tuatha tossed Venris in here, I feared all might have been lost. But thanks to you, and take this. It is not much, but it is what we can offer. Thank you for recovering this information. It is not much. Farewell.
Hello once more, Wanderer. On the corpses of our unfortunate brethren. You can find these bodies strewn through. Go with the gods.
So you have come, whether to aid the house or rain punishment on the Tuatha, I do not know. That you are here is enough. To assuage your confusion, I am Bizarane, king of the house. During your trials, I will observe and communicate to you through this medium. This is about you, of course. You are the only mortal to be... But do not think such an offer is given out of honor or respect for you. What drives me to this offer is what brought you here. Through the crystal you see before you. It is not all your actions will be known to me. Every word. What you do is of no concern to me. What I hope to evaluate is what you are. I have locked the way behind you. The way for... I can tell you no more.
beast will kill me if you do not help. Beast roam these halls, mortal. Once these lands were quiet, gentle. Now they meet my people have lived in peace for decades, centuries. But now we're awash in war. And I do not know. The midden, it has been sullied. Wait, what was that? Farewell.
so you have completed your first trial. Your actions spoke volumes, but your reactions are just as pertinent. You killed the creature that was chasing that woman. Why? Your crude attempts to elicit answers will not advance you any farther with me. Ahead, you will find a Fae of Sorrows, dying of poison. I hope you display more finesse when dealing with him.
Please, are you the mortal that Bizarrain? Thank mercy, I have been poisoned. But now that you are here, I do not know. It is some poison. In other times, the Fae would not be vulnerable. But we are weaker now. We please, mortal. I know it's I will rise once more in time, but I do not know. Everything, it must have been him. He does whatever he cares with his subordinates. It was Bizarrain. He was meant to save us from the Tuatha, to preserve our oldest traditions, to protect the Winter Fae. Thank you.
Is something you readily deliver, it seems. But did that Fae die as a result of your mercy or your barbarity? To see what you will do clearly. Now do not waste our... have reached this chamber at last. The time of trial is...
The House of Sorrows has always held a precarious position in this world, and now we hold on to it by the tips of our fingers. You think you have broken the Tuatha's grip on Cluracan. You have not. Even now, the Winter Fae and the House of Sorrows are subject to them.
But the war upon Cluracan has sapped...
I am the King of Sorrows. I have held dominion over these halls.
But the war upon Cluracan has sapped me of my strength. Should these times continue, it is we who permit the... For a time, the House, because we have reached the trial that I must be present for, if I am to test you truly. Because there are trials that I can observe from afar, and others that I must see at hand. We have reached the trial that I must be present for, if I am to test you true. What you need to do and why you must do it are two very different matters, mortal. I deal in instructions, not explanations. Indeed. Perhaps not. Now that your trial has concluded, come with me. The Tuatha have yet to break down our doors, but I would not put that path. The house is poised to collapse from the Tuatha's dissension and destruction, and I need one to help us. Your reactions were real, but the Fae with whom you interacted, Tybri, Cador, they were but apparitions of the Fae you will come to know in this house. As facsimiles, the apparitions were appropriate enough, but I think you will find their real-world counterparts more complex. I know it is not the mortal way to test someone in a manner such as this. The beast, the poison, it was all done out of necessity. I did not need you to understand the trial. I only needed it completed. I do not have time for you to meet the struggles of the house unprepared. Then welcome to our ranks, mortal. The Hearthstone I gave you at the start of the trials? Well, come, join me at the House of Sorrows. I will show you a world stranger than you have ever. The Prince of Sorrows once, but now, no longer. He wages a war. Perhaps that is enough for him. But the only thing he will weaken is the house's... To your kind, it is a celebration of war. But like all things... the fact... The Midden is the crate... He is not a type of foe I am familiar... The house of... In the end, I was the one choked. My summer brethren... But the house's founder, the Weeping King, took on their sorrows and freed them. We carry the burden. If we are to discuss the plight of the house, I will do so at his heart. Come, meet me in the main hall of the House of Sorrow. Speak. Speak. I have a task for you. Of late, there are many in this house who have come to view my... As such, there is need of someone unbiased by our house's history and the traditions therein. We must move quickly. The Tuatha will not hold their strikes for long. Let us stop their next blow. I have a We must move quickly. You fail to understand. Although the Tuatha wage war with, our enemies are subtle. They target individuals, not armies. For all our years of struggle, we know only this. That our enemy is led by a Tuatha agent, Saturnin. He is the master of this shadowy coup. We cannot right now. He hides himself and covers his tracks well. But I have a tender, Catarak, has fled the house and killed a fellow member in doing so. I suspect Saturnin's influence. Or, perhaps, bring Tybri to the body of Catarak's victim. Though dead, the sorrows will remain on the corpse. The sorrows can lead us to Catarak. However, most delvers, Finally, they once tended. There is a tender named Kadarok. I want you to find him and...
Greetings, mortal. I am a tender of the Midden. I have been instructed to offer you... Remember.
I am here. The mortal. This house is full more of portents than of sorrow these days. Your arrival must truly be a telling. The outcast? What more is there to speak than to say that he abandoned the traditions of this house out of lust for... Perhaps his motives are just. But nature cares little for what one does in the name of justice. Only what one does in the name of survival. Though delvers have heard sorrows in the past, the beast will be caught. We were greater once. I've seen this house in strong winters, and the tree is ever quiet. Beware of Saturnin.
The sorrows speak.
It seems these days that many... Can he hope for victory? I will no longer stomach the... There are few places in the world, in days long gone by. It is... We are a thing. Keep the sorrows.
And you have come to Drozer. I know he will always be a prince, but never have I seen a Tuatha draw out. We are the foundation upon which once the bodies of our most... What do you wish to know of me, mortal? What of a Fae could you hope to understand? The art of the Delvers has been... Be careful. Let us talk.
Yes? There are more of your kind, mortal.
Mortal, there is something that requires the attention of one of your... You have been to the Midden, yes? The sacred ground being desecrated by the corpses. If there was anyone meant to bear the... Had we not succumbed to the Tuatha's bargaining, he would have been king. Instead, it was a gift. Mortals do not decay. We keep the Midden as a I have nothing more to say about him. It is from these halls. It is a symbol not only... The nature of my... The corpses of your brethren have been thrown into the Midden as a declaration of hostility. Their corruption and rot have drawn an ancient Lianshi Mithra from slumber. She gluts herself on the bodies and will further corrupt the Midden if unchecked. To feed Lianshi, when mortal corpses began appearing in the Mid... You cannot hope... Find fresh corpses, the ones Mithra prefers to eat, and cremate them, with no food to scavenge. It will only be a matter of time, with great difficulty. But with some... Locate any fresh corpses you... Make haste.
So, you were the mortal. There were whispers that Bizarine had welcomed when... I forget myself. Bizarine has made his wishes clear, and we must do as he asks. Are you ready to begin? I am Tybri. I have only 2 centuries to my name. I was asked to join the house because of... I can hear them. The sorrows in people. The essence of decay and ruin. Few delvers are left who can hear any sorrows at all, but never have any claim to hear them as much as I. Many believe me to be a liar, or an abomination. The Midden was once a sacred place for the House of Sorrows, for all Winterfey, where the bodies of the dead... Our bodies do not rot as mortal corpses do. So when Saturnin placed the bodies of mortals here, they putrefied, corrupting the Midden. Scavengers and beasts now roam the Midden, and the body we seek is deep within. I must farewell. body is here. I must begin my work. Hold them back while I commune. Farewell.
Wooden gravestone standing tall by the sorrow's weary hall. Are the leaves now bearing fruit? Will the dead now follow suit?
It is done. Cadoric's sorrows left a strong impression on the corpse. He is hiding. You should go there, but be wary. The impression Cadoric left on the body was conflicted. I will return to the house. With the beast beaten back, it should prove safe enough now. For Cadoric to hide there before the body's left to rot, he is the Faithloke talked. To be a member of the house is a great honor. Without the house, it is the emblem of the house. We, are the backbone of the house. The Weeping King was the first. Farewell.
are the Alfar nature's meat, food the ravens meant to eat. Why do soldiers hang like tears? Why Tuatha covet fears? Hanging gallows tree, spreading baleful tyranny, ruined terror of the war, hallowed ground for nevermore.
You have returned. Very well. If you find you have time to look for more, I can always make use of your assist. Go with the gods.
Greetings, traveler.
Greetings, stranger.
Welcome to the camp that was stuck in the swamp. I've never seen one. It doesn't matter how many the soldiers come back from the swamp. Like the Mergen and Banshane are and there was something strange going on. I was happy to treat any wounds. I'd catch a disease, would you?
Welcome to the... It is the hero of Melson Shear. Care to take a look at my wares? Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the Alfar, but this war is great for business. Another time, then.
Our soldiers are doing their best out there. Watch out for those red-eyed bastards.
There are worse allies to have in the battle.
Bizerain's cat's paw, then? I knew he'd let a mortal into the house's ranks. But this is who he sends to do his dirty work. Fie on him! You may return me to the cycle, but if you ever see your master, tell him this. He will never get his hands on the Sorrows. I, all of us, will stop him.
You have finally returned. Much. The house has been sundered. Not by Tuatha, but by ourselves. The house has rebelled. The other members of the house have marched against the Tuatha. I do not think he is dead, but we must see to him. Saturnin is watching us. I can sense it. If Bizarane is left undefended, it will be difficult for you to understand, but many did not consider Bizarane. While many wanted to war with the Tuatha, Bizarane stayed our hands. And while our house collapsed around, I will not lie. Though I see the value of your presence, many felt that bringing a mortal into our ranks crossed the line. With you, Bizarane made his final error. He can be difficult to understand, but he is that. I will shadow step into the house to help if he's harmed, but I'm afraid you will have to take the longer. Go through the proving halls, but be warned, Bolgan roam those corridors now. Saturnin, it's all farewell.
just what he wanted. As he planned all along.
Vizarine is safe. By the Weeping King, we might be thankful for something today. The rebels were angry without doubt. They must have done this. I know little of the rest. You will have to ask Vizarine. Farewell.
Speak. You have arrived as Tybri said you would. It is good that, but there are greater events at work here. The house may have breathed its last. He has wreaked havoc within the house, and loosed horrors that none of us dare witness a second time. He is our foe, and he must be stopped. The rebels have begun a march of folly to make war on the Tuatha. As they said, they are rallying at a fortress called the Fallen Hall. I sought to stay them. They ignored me. I sought to warn them. They paid no heed. For them, the war started when I became the King of Sorrows. And Saturnin wants this, mortal. Without leadership, the rebels will be easily picked off, and so it falls to you and Tybri to save them. Years ago, the House of Sorrows and the Tuatha made a pact of necessity. The house would remain free of the Tuatha. In addition, the Tuatha demanded we appoint a more and so I was named. I became the face of our submission, and when Saturnin led the Tuatha to fight us, the house had no reason left to heed me. No, I will not have every last member of my house blundering to their death like a fool. Unlike Fae, mortals cannot be. You will get your wish, in part. Saturnin will have to reveal himself in some form to attack the rebels. Confronting him is your only priority. I have instructed Tybri to assist you as best she can, but she is not as suited to this work as you, mortal. Look after. They are in the Fallen Hall. Save who you can, but more importantly, we must learn what we can of Saturnin.
Interested in a trinket or a gem? Rialti's Ma has what you need. Looks like she really was the great general after all. Another time, then.